And welcome. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this chat today regarding we're in the second phase about the chakra system. So last week we covered the bottom three chakras, and I'll just do a little review about that. So the bottom three chakras are where we carry our negative energy or our low vibrational energy, meaning it could be some childhood trauma or something happened when we were a child. And look, it could be as simple as, it could be traumatic, or for some it might be a simple thing like you've come home with something from school that you made, so excited, and you wanted mum or dad to just acknowledge you in that moment, and they were busy and they've turned away and said something like, oh yeah, I'll look at it later, and they never checked back in with you and got back to you. And because when we're children, we're not able to self-regulate and realign our beautiful energy. So these simple little things that we understand about our energy and our chakra energy and what that is. So the blockages come from the bottom and then they filter up to the top. So if for someone, I guess, as a child that didn't get a lot of hugs or acknowledged for being the goodness of being a child or doing things as a child, the heart chakra then is affected because that beautiful energy is not able to align. Now, we all have this. We all carry this beautiful love energy inside us. So today I'm going to talk mostly about the heart chakra because it's the heart chakra is when it is opened, then we are opened unconditionally. What that means is we're not judging ourselves. We're not putting ourselves down. We're not putting someone else down. We're not judging others. We're not judging ourselves. You know, that internal dialogue that goes on that's coming from up here. That means it's coming from an old pattern, an old paradigm. And again, it could be something small from your childhood. So it's about getting to know what the brain's doing and getting that to become coherent with the heart. That word coherent seems to be out there at the moment, so I'm going to use it as well. And you're getting that beautiful energy flowing. So and I'm going like this. I don't know if you can see because I'm probably too close to the camera, but I'll do my best. So when we come up, and you could try this, so you could use like the tapping, use your fingers to gently tap on the heart, and then bring your energy out. And just keeping your focus on your heart, your arms, and by bringing your hands out, you will start to open up your heart chakra, because what's happening is you're saying to you're directing your energy to your heart, and the thymus gland sits just behind the breastbone, and it has an intimate relationship with the heart. The heart has 40,000 neurons. Now, those neurons, they start talking together, and then those neurons fire up. And they start rewiring the brain, the thoughts in the brain. They rewire in the heart. They also rewire the brain in the head. I'm going to say the brain in the head because scientifically, science has proven this. You can Google this if you like and research it yourself. The heart has its own brain, its own intelligence. That's where those 40,000 neurons come from. So when we're extending out like that, what's happening is there's meridians, channels. They all mean the same things, nadis, all the same. We're tapping on those channels, those meridians. They start to open up and become acknowledged because you're putting your energy there. You're saying, I'm open. And then when you stretch out, the breastbone opens up and the energy actually is filtered down the arms and into the palms and the fingers, which is why when we do things like this, rub our hands together. This is a little bit of Reiki technique. I'm a grandmaster of Reiki and I do this all the time, but you rub your hands together and then just do that, and you will feel the energy. That energy is being transmitted from your heart into your arms and into your hands and a lot of healers use this, or most healers do it this way, because they're activating their heart, which is their spirit, or it's all of us, where our spirit comes from, for that healing to come through. So what you're doing, you're activating your heart chakra to bring that healing into the self. It's just a little quick technique. It only takes a couple of minutes. But when we learn about what we're actually doing here, we can actually heal ourselves very, very quickly. So do this. Rub the hands together. Feel the heat. And then keep playing with it through the day. How far can I get my energy to come out? Because what happens is your energy field then becomes strong. And when it's strong, it means your heart is open and you can't take on other people's energy or the environment around you. It's very hard because you've put up that barrier of awareness, knowing that what your energy is doing. So the heart chakra is I would call it like the mothership of the body, of the energy body, of the we need the heart when we're in deep meditation to come out of the mind. So it's learning about what your heart chakra is, what your physical heart does, and start working that energy. Another little tip to shake out the energy, because it's all in the hands, is to shake your hands out like that. Just give them a shake. You can go all over your body if you wish. You can just shake it around your heart. You're letting your heart know, I'm getting ready to come in to my heart chakra and start working with the energy. So the energy of the chakra energy, the energy center, is a vortex of energy. I explained that last week. We talked a little bit about that. And it's a vortex of energy that spins. Now, with the chakras, they can spin clockwise and anti-clockwise, depending on the energy, and it can change. So one thing people do talk to me about and ask me, which is interesting, they think that when their chakras are open, or they go to a healer who says, I'm going to align your chakras, that your chakra energy is going to stay aligned. It doesn't. The chakra, because it's energy moving in and out, it changes all the time in any one moment. If you've had an energy clearing, you will know that when that's done, because you feel so good and you feel light. And sometimes people explain it as a sleepy feeling, a relaxed state, if so much inner peace inside, so much love in their heart. It's because they've allowed themselves to invite that beautiful energy from the healer in. But we can do this this work ourselves. It's just some of us need a little helping hand along the way. So remember that your chakra energy is opening and closing, or opening, I say opening and closing, but it's been good energy in and sometimes not good energy in. And when they're not good energy in, we need to remind ourselves to go back to our good energy and recalibrate, realign our chakras, working with the heart chakra. There are some crystals actually that you could use as well. I'll just read a little bit about this crystal. Now, I use green quartz. I have a heart with green quartz, and I'll either place it on the throat chakra or the heart chakra. Now, the word, when I looked it up, it's coming up as, I think it's Seriphos. It's Seriphos. But it doesn't matter whether it's jade, as long as it's the color green, because we want to resonate with Mother Earth. So crystals come from the earth. They are formed through the energy of Mother Earth. They have a higher frequency. They're part of an element that helps us clear energy and bring in good energy. So that's why they're really good when we're doing our own energy work and clearing out any blocked energy. But green quartz is also good for if we're stuck in our head with anxiety, maybe depression, or just ruminating about something. It clears any mental imprints, because what happens if you hold on to too many negative thoughts, it's going to have a detrimental effect on your internal world, because that energy cannot flow, and it's going to cause, instead of the energy flowing with ease, it's going to cause dis-ease in your body. So you want to make sure that you emotionally you are balanced as well, because that's how you attune with your senses and tune into nature, which we're all part of. And if you've listened to my meditations, I do talk about Mother Earth, but bringing in the breath. When we bring in the breath, we relax the body, we release stress, the energy is flowing naturally. So the green quartz is also good for grief, if you have any emotional grief or abandonment issues as a child maybe, or just what you feel like you've been abandoned, or you're feeling lonely, or you feel betrayed even. It's really good for that, and working it with your heart chakra energy. So just simple techniques, healing techniques to come in and breathe into your heart. Just acknowledge your heart. The meditation I did this morning on 1 million meditators, I spoke about how we just can breathe just by a simple breath into the heart, and say to your heart, communicate, my heart, I am here for you. My heart, I love you and thank you. Simple. And we can do that, every hour. Set your alarm, do it 3 times a day, morning, lunchtime, and in the evening. It's really going to make a difference. Listen to a meditation on 1 million meditators, or on one of my free podcasts. There's many ways of doing this. Go for a walk in Mother Nature, sit yourself up against a tree if you can, and you will feel an energy starting to move through your body. It might feel heat, might feel like tingles, it might just feel a sense of calm, inner peace. But all these things are really, really good to help you along. And with the heart actually connects with our lungs as well. So it's keeping the energy around our lungs clear, so we don't build up any disease in there, any lung diseases. With what's going around at the moment, it's good to clear that heart energy. And if you think about it, for me, it's logical, but for some it might not be, but I'll try and explain it as simply as I can. So with the world, what was happening, there was so much congestion of negative energy, fast-paced stress in the world. So this isn't about one country, it's about globally. It was affecting Mother Nature because her veins were getting clogged through rubbish in the rivers, too much construction being built and nothing replaced, too many trees coming out. So if you looked at Mother Earth being human form, which we are connected to, and it was your mother, and all these things been happening. I used to talk here in Bali to local people or to visitors and say, you've got to look at the world, the planet, as being your real mother. And would you stomp cigarettes out on her back? Would you throw plastic on her back and rubbish, just throw rubbish on her? That's how Mother Earth feels, and her waterways were being clogged with toxins, people spraying chemicals. That needs to stop. If we pull out a tree, we need to plant 10 more somewhere and keep it growing. We need to just stop building for now and let her replenish. So these are all part of us. So it's an element. So Mother Earth is an element that we connect through. And maybe if you have any questions about that, I can talk about that on my next segments as we go along. But the heart, I'll talk a little bit more about the heart now. So when the heart is full of unconditional love, it means that beautiful energy is flowing freely through us. We feel so peaceful and calm. No stress can get in. We're not allowing it because we're checking in with our heart. we are doing nice things for ourselves. We're doing nice things for others without expectation. We just feel so much inner peace and well-being within. But however, in saying that, now a person who continually is giving and not looking after themselves, which you're hearing a lot about this at the moment on social media. So a lot of people that give and give and give are people like social workers, many healers, nurses, doctors, people who are connecting with people on a level to try and help them move through their suffering and pain. But what we find is they don't give to themselves. So a person who is continually giving, they neglect their own needs, and they become, there's a word out at the moment, empathy, empathy lethargy. So the empath is giving and giving and giving and not looking after themselves, and it can create disease for them in their body, and they can put on weight, they can lose weight. It affects their internal organs, it affects their lifestyle, the way they feel, their lack of energy, so many things, because they're giving and giving and giving to others. And someone who denies themselves without compassionately, thinking that they have to get up every day and give and give and give without taking care of themselves, that means that they're disconnected and not balanced, because we need to work on balancing what's good for us and what isn't, to keep that beautiful heart chakra open. I find when I recommend to people, and I do this myself, when I'm feeling disconnected, I tend to just take myself away, do a deep meditation, and find out what I've done. Just what have I done today? Maybe I have to go back to what I did yesterday, maybe the last week. What have I been doing to make me feel the way I'm feeling? I don't feel balanced. I'm starting to judge others. I'm starting to get a little bit cranky or annoyed with people. You know, that's not our natural way of being. It means we're out of balance, and our heart chakra is out of balance. Another thing, so the Anahata is the name. It's the Sanskrit name for the heart chakra, and it's like that 12 petal. I mean, I've only got 10, but 12 petal lotus, so we could include Mother Earth and the universal energies, or the supreme energy, whatever you want to call it, quantum field. It all means the same thing. And the so when we're in unconditional love, and nothing can get in, and we just feel so good about ourselves. That's what unconditional love is. It's consciousness. That means we're in consciousness. So unconditional love and consciousness are the same. And it means your heart chakra is open and it's nicely balanced. That love energy is within you, it's all around you, and you are creating this magical field around you to create a great sense of inner peace and inner well-being. If we wrote down the word well-being, ask yourself, how well am I being in this moment? If I'm taking on anger, is that really helpful to me? If I'm taking on resentment, or I'm blaming or shaming someone, is that really good for me? It's actually not. That's why people who have been traumatized learn to get to a place of forgiveness, not to give that loving energy over to the perpetrator, but it's to give that loving energy to themselves, because they don't want to carry that resentment towards another person or blame. So that's another little tip about clearing. So if you need to clear some energy and you'd like to work some more with this, you can reach out to me, or if you're feeling out of balance. And don't deny yourself empathy, because if you do that, you're unable to be an empath to others. So it's about looking at, how much do I know about me in my heart? What is it doing today in this moment? And last week I talked about not only the neurons, but the 72,000 nadis. The nadis are channels throughout the body, and the chakras are. Now, I'm going to mention two numbers here because depending on research, books, and what I've been taught, it's like playing around with my head. Which one would I go for? So I'm going to give you two because some information says we have 112 chakras and some information says 114. So, look, I'm going to go with 112 only because that's me. I like those numbers, and it doesn't really matter. Remember, there's no rules, and if people start making rules about energy and chakras, we're going to be disconnected. So there is no rules, just whatever feels right for you intuitively is right for you. And I only need to know because I need to teach this. So from now on, that's how I'm going to say it. You just pick whatever's intuitively right for you because that's going to keep your beautiful heart energy open, and you're going to feel so uplifted and so balanced and so much inner peace and love and well-being coming into your heart. I'd like to, we'll be finishing up shortly, but what I'd like to just say, if you have any questions, please reach out. This is how we grow an audience and become connected and feel safe. This is a safe place to share and ask questions, so please keep them coming. I'll do my best to answer as many as I can in the session, and I am talking about or we are talking about me doing another session as well, so you'll have another opportunity. But please keep your questions coming. I haven't thought about next week as yet, so I'll rely on your questions. Thank you for coming and listening. Bye for now, and look forward to seeing you again next Saturday in One Million Meditators for the Sacred Heart and my session at 8:30. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Don't forget, send out, point your lips to the heaven, sending out love, love, love to all of you. And thanks again for bringing your beautiful energy. Namaste.